Welcome back to the Rude Boy Rant, and the Dirty Immigrant in Scotland continue.
Oh my gosh, you don't want to walk 10 paces. What is going on here?
Well, seriously, that's what I was going to go to. You have people who don't want to walk 3 blocks.
Yeah.
I've known some who don't even want to walk across the street.
Yeah,
okay, I'm going to throw this one out here. I'm sorry I have to do it. I know that it was cold at the time. And you know what? And even you who can't stand the cold, I've seen you walk however, distances or whatever, even though it's cold and you don't care. But a certain team that I have worked for, when the indoor facility was opened here, and they'd be practicing inside because it was cold out, or practicing inside because it was cold outside. I'd get ready to leave to walk over there, and they would say, "What do you want to wait a minute? We'll drive over." And I go, "It's right across the street."
Yeah.
But it's cold outside. And I go, "It's right across the street."
Yeah.
I mean, this place was literally directly across the street.
Yeah.
Okay? You're not even going to walk a tenth of a mile before you are back inside.
Yeah.
But no, they're going to drive.
Yeah.
They're going to drive over. And honestly, how is that really any warmer? Because unless you start your car early to let it get heated up, that thing is not going to get heated up in the time that it takes for you to drive across the street and park.
Yeah.
You're still going to be frigid sitting inside a car. You're still going to be wrapped up in your jacket sitting inside a car.
Dude.
Now, in the amount of time that it took you to hopefully let your car warm up, I have now walked across the street, and I'm back inside. My jacket is now off, and I'm warm.
But
it's across the street, man. They can't even walk across the street.
Take it from a former athlete, too. Athletes are lazy. Outside of the sport.
Yes, okay. Do you remember when the softball field used to be out back in the Henderson Center over here? How many times watching games from up there, because that's where I filmed from, that's also where WMUL called the games from, athletes would walk up and they would hit the handicap button to make the doors open automatically for them so they could walk in. They can't even just reach up and grab a door handle and pull it open. No, I've got to walk up, hit the button, wait for it to open, and then go in. And the best part is if I hit the button too fast and it didn't work,
see, I'm
going to keep hitting until those doors open.
Yeah.
And
see, he's hitting and doing the motion because people could see us on Facebook Live.
Also,
so you go there and check us out.
You can also, I'm sure you can hear that right now. The people who are just listening on the radio are going, okay, that's enough smack in there. And then, remember when they put those little hand sensors in front of the bathroom doors here in Smith Hall?
Yeah.
Handicap accessible. Probably easier for somebody in a wheelchair to wheel up, put their hand in front of it, boom, the door opens, they go in, right? I was walking out of MUL one time, and there was a football player who wanted to go into the bathroom here on the second floor in Smith Hall. He got by there, waved his hand real fast in front of the sensor. Nothing happened. And he stood there and he looked at the door, and waved, 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 and the door still wouldn't open. Because the thing is, you're supposed to really kind of just put your hand in front of it. Now, granted, I will say the thing says wave, but wave in front. No, he's swiping his hand like he's going, people are watching on Facebook Live now. I mean, yes, this is about how ridiculous it looked. His arm is just going up and down, up and down, up and down so fast. So the sensor's not reading that anything's there, so the door's not going to open.
Yeah.
So I didn't even have to go to the bathroom. But you know what I did? I walked up to the door, pushed it open, and walked in.
Yep.
And he finally followed me in. But I stood there and watched him do this for a good 30 seconds.
He didn't open it himself neither.
No. Exactly.
Before we continue, let's let the people know that we have started doing a podcast.
Yes,
Yes,
the Rudeboy Rant.
We're just waiting for iTunes to go through it and review it and get it on live. So as soon as we get it live...
We have 3 episodes done.
Yeah.
One has been uploaded and waiting for it to go.
Yeah.
And then hopefully once that one is good, the next 2 will be on there.
And it's probably going to be like every Tuesday or Wednesday. And we put it up on the page exactly when we're going to put it up, but we have to pick a day and, do that. Now, like I said, sooner or later we're going to go live right now, or
we're having to record a lot of these. It's,
you know what I mean. So, but so voice all your people all over this world that you know, because I know you're a popular brethren. Let them know about the podcast coming. It's going to be called Rude Boy Rant.
Yes.
You know what I mean. Let everybody know. We're trying to get enough people in there so we could be, start building something. At this point in my life, I just want to do something I like. I'm tired of working for everybody else. So hook a brother up, you know what I mean? Let the people know we coming on and thing. Tell people to subscribe to our Facebook, we're going to have to start doing stuff like that to get people going. We hate doing this advertising thing, but, let people know, come join the Rudebouyz page, and all the updates are going to be there. And hopefully at some point we will get to the place where we could travel and do shows from, like, the beach, you know what I mean? Y'all going to get to see me in the Speedos.
Oh, Lordy.
Y'all want to see a pink flamingo? Forget it. You're going to see a chocolate flamingo. But
meanwhile, I will be on the other side of the beach.
Yeah, I'm going to see that. You know what I mean? I don't wear shorts. Are you kidding me? I'm not letting people see these sticks. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on around us.
But the laziness kind of goes to as well as I'm making change in this world as long as I type out a comment and I call somebody a bleeping bleep.
Yeah.
That's me making change.
Yeah.
I'm making my change right there. I went online and I said, "You're full of it," and here bleepty bleepty bleep.
Yeah.
That's that's my change. Now I'm going to sit back in my chair and finish watching Game of Thrones or whatever.
Is it Coach Schilling? Is that a baseball player?
Yeah.
Okay, he's on there, and he's really conservative, and he was boo-hooing that is the liberals that's caused him not to get into the Baseball Hall of Fame.
I'm sorry. Okay, let me just put this out here real fast. Okay, I have never really cared for when an athlete
Jennifer shared
talks about their own right to be in a Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I have never liked that.
Yeah.
Never liked that. And because a lot of times it comes from players that you were already kind of going, I don't know if they should be in there anyway, but then they're sitting there wanting to pound the pavement saying, I can't believe I'm not in the Hall of Fame and all that. Like, look, calm down, okay? You did what you could do on the field, on the diamond, on the court, on the rink, whatever. That's all you can do at that point. It's not for you to go out there and want to pound, stomp your feet and say, I'm in the Hall of Fame. Why haven't you put me in there yet? So I've heard a little bit about this with Kurt Schilling, and it annoys me.
But the funny part about it is somebody had put it up there, and of course they bring up Pete Rose because it's around this area, and somebody was like, I want to slap him, not Pete Rose. And I was like, why? Why you want to slap the dude? If the dude wants to bask in blissful
ignorance.
Nah, you see, I don't even want to use a word like that because you know what?
Yeah.
I still feel sorry for people who are brainwashed.
Like I said, it really annoys me that he's doing this, but I'm not sitting here going, man, somebody ought to just slug him.
Yeah, I know.
No.
You know what I mean?
Because honestly, he's doing more damage to his chances to get in by talking like that.
Yeah.
So, you've got to... And that's why it's like, look, just let it go. Just let it. We were talking about this before. We've got to just let things go. If he wants to go out there and basically say something that makes him look even dumber, then let him do it. Because the baseball writers of America are some of the most uptight people when it comes to voting for their sport of people to get in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I feel like they hold the game to a higher standard than even the players do.
Yeah.
And so they're minded people where they won't vote for somebody who clearly statistically belongs in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Won't vote for them because, well, they shunned me when I tried to interview them once 30 years ago, you know, or whatever it is. And so it's like, oh, come on.
I think one of your cousins is watching. Is that a cousin?
No.
Oh, I don't know. Don't you have a cousin named Bonnie?
No.
Oh, I thought you did.
If I do, my mistake, but that's not my cousin.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Bonnie, though. How you doing? That's not my cousin, though.
Yeah. But you want to slap this dude. Okay. I have to admit that I was falling into that trap of negativity because my post has gotten, if you noticed there for a while, it's got angry.
Yeah.
And then I woke up one Sunday morning and the first thing I posted was that situation with the Native American and that the kids
the kids
in Kentucky.
from the Christian school.
And I sat back and I thought, wow, that's the first thing I put up there, something negative. So I went right back. I started listening to reggae music right away. I got a woosah here. So I started to listen to reggae music right away and to get back into my peaceful mind of thinking and get that frustration stuff. You know what I mean? Because check this out. It's a lot easier on the soul to love somebody than to hate somebody. Because if you hate somebody, you got a plot. If you love somebody,
not
just relax.
Yeah, and most of the time you don't even think about that. I mean, I hate to say that, you don't even think about that person, but when you are thinking of things negatively, like you said, throughout the whole day, it just eats at you.
Yeah.
And it just eats at you. And, you know, lately, I've been working a lot on making these videos for Marshall Softball Countdown.
Yeah.
Season's coming. Well, this one's almost over, so tomorrow it'll be 12 days until season starts. But you know, when I'm working on some of these things to help keep myself calm from, you know, other outside influences wanting to get at me.
This is the solutions here,
trying to break my even keelness.
Yeah.
You know?
And respect.
I have been listening things that have been nice and calm while I'm going through doing these cutouts. Because look, when you're trying to cut out a photo and you're trying to do it right in Photoshop, okay, I'm not an expert on Photoshop, so it takes me a long time.
Yeah.
And if you have a photo that is basically a full body shot, you know, where you can see the whole player in the photo, it can take me at least 45 minutes to get this person cut out. Because, you know, you zoom in real far so that way you can see cleanly along the edges, you know, and do all this to cut it out. And I don't want anything to upset me while I'm trying to work on something that is essentially a good thing, because when I post this later, the fans love it. Obviously, their families love it. You know, people are commenting on it. They're sharing it. They're loving it. They're, you know, all this sort of stuff. And I want them to get excited about softball season. So I don't want anything to, you know, cloud all that. I'm turning on my Moody Blues albums. I'm turning on Pink Floyd. I'm listening to even some Native American flute music. Unfortunately, with that, sometimes you got to keep it kind of low because those flutes can be a little ear-piercing, you know.
That octave could go crazy.
Oh, man. But I'm just kind of going with this nice, easy, just, you know, something that if I wanted to just lay back and close my eyes and fall asleep peacefully, that's what I'm listening to.
Yeah. See, that's a solution there. Y'all need to listen to more calm music.
And it calms me down a lot.
For me, it's a lot. Your mom is watching, by the way.
How's it going back all the way down in Texas?
Yeah, Texas, you know. I think Moesa is in Louisville. You know what I mean? That's a dude I've known for a long time.
I know. I remember that name from a while back. I first met him when I first came to this country. And thank God I met that dude because that's the first person I had anything in common with. Yeah.
No, I don't know if I met Barney first or I met him first. I think I met Barney first.
Okay.
But yeah, I've known him since I came to this country. Cool dude. Thanks for listening, Moesa. All these years, and we still buddies. You know what I mean? Listen, man, that's another thing.
How many years ago did somebody tell you I was going to stab you in the back because I was white?
About 5 years ago. I know. It was one of them. It was one of them Israelites people. You know, the ones that supposedly start the trouble with the little Covington teenagers and stuff. You know, dude, I am sick of seeing those kids on TV.
Are they? I don't
they're doing the tour now.
Oh, of course they
were on Fox the other day.
Oh, of course they were.
Well, you know what I mean, man. Go somewhere and sit down.
Go back to school.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Go learn something. Go back
to school.
Go get educated.
And that's the thing is people are probably going, oh, yes, get out there and speak. I'm like, man, they should be sitting in school right now.
You know what I mean?
School's in session.
I'm tired of seeing them. You know what I mean?
They didn't close that off.
The kids that I'm not tired of seeing talking about stuff is the kids who are involved in like school shootings, because you need to talk about that to find a solution for that. You know, we already know the solution to what happened with those kids there. Just love each other.
Yeah, and then unfortunately we have the people who are on the other side, the gun rights, who are saying you kids need to just shut up and go sit down.
Yeah.
You know, and that's another thing that ends up causing problems is the whole you need to just shut up and go sit down. And sometimes, I will say sometimes it is necessary to say that. I know we've said it.
Yeah.
But when it just is nothing but, go shut up and sit down.
Yeah.
Go shut up and sit down.
Yeah. Well, you see,
nothing gets
the other day somebody asked
either.
me, why didn't you go to the NBA? And I told him it was because, you know who has been asking me about basketball?
Oh, yeah.
Boy, I'm telling you, and everybody I work with say, yeah, you're right. It's only them. So they come, man, you missed your call and you should have been playing basketball. I said, well, I didn't want to shut up and sit down. What? Yeah, you know what I mean? Degree in sociology, degree in creative writing. I didn't want to shut up and sit down. I'd rather be broke than sit up and sit down.
I will have to say this, with obviously what I know of you, with what you have said and things like that, things that you talk about and things that you know.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen you as an athlete, though. Growing up, seeing you come on ESPN, like, oh, check out this interview now. You know, I would have loved it.
See, but you see, Dan, it would have been, I would be trending. I would be everything that I didn't want to be.
Well, this would have been back before anything was trending and all that garbage, because we didn't have all the social media crap back then.
You know what I mean?
And like I said, it would have just been, I would have been turning on ESPN, because this is back when I did watch SportsCenter, and I'm saying I would have loved it. Loved it.
Yeah, it wouldn't have worked, man, you know?
No, I agree with you. No, it wouldn't have worked.
Nobody would have liked me at all.
Well,
I'm sorry, because, you know, I'm not.
And you know what? Had you been a baseball player and been a Hall of Fame caliber baseball player, they would not have been voting for you, because it would have been, do you know how many times he turned around an interview on me? You know, I'm trying to ask about this with the team, and he wants to talk about that crap. I'm not voting for him.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, so, you know, it's not like I wasn't good.
Yeah.
I was good looking, too.
No, I definitely know you can shoot at least. I've seen that. I'm going to tell this story because this is hilarious. And for all you people watching on Facebook Live, this really did happen. Back when I was in grad school, and one of the things that I had to do as a GA was sit at the door in Gullickson before the rec center was here.
Yeah.
And Gullickson was where open gym was. And some nights you'd come hang out with me if you could. And sometimes some of the basketball players would come in there and play ball, and this one guy in particular who ended up with the nickname Big Baby because all he did was whine, and he was 6'10" and over 300 pounds. And he's not even on the team yet because he's academically ineligible. He's in there telling everybody, I'm going to be a one and done. I'm going, straight from Marshall to the NBA, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, dude, if you don't pass your classes, you're not even going to be a one. Well, one day he was in there because obviously he wasn't on the team at this point. And they had just finished playing around, so they stopped. Obviously, the team that lost had to get off the court. And so people are just kind of shooting around. Well, a ball just happens to bounce over towards this guy over here. And he fires up a shot, and this thing is a horrific miss. Great big old clanker. So meanwhile, Big Baby comes walking over. He says, hey, old man, let me show you how to shoot a three. He hits 2 out of 5, okay? 2 out of 5, which sometimes you might go, okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Hands the ball back to my man here, who has had no warm-up other than that horrendous first shot. swish, 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 swish from the corner, 3-point shots, and everybody starts dogging Big Dave. It's like, oh my goodness. And of course, since he called you old man, now everybody's going, oh, old man showing you how to shoot, you know? And then he looks at him and goes, you're not going to show me anything. I've been where you're trying to go. And the look on his face was one of just total embarrassment. And I am trying so hard not to just fall off the table where I was sitting laughing because, like I said, I have seen you shoot before anyway. But just the fact that he wanted to try and be like, hey, let me show you how to shoot. And you swish, 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 swish. Just what? And I don't remember who was passing you the ball, but somebody was into it. Yeah. And after you hit it, they got the rebound, passed it back to you. You hit it, no, they got it, passed it back to you. And he's just standing there like, oh man!
Yeah, he didn't ever get into classes here, did he?
No, he.
Oh yeah, he did play.
He played a little bit. He ended up quitting though. Went back to his hometown. I don't know what happened after that because, okay, I will say this: he was a good ball player.
Yeah,
but it didn't seem like he was willing to figure things out as far as how he needed to play.
Yeah.
For him, it was, man, just give me the ball and let me shoot a 3 or let me go in and dunk. That's all I want to do. I don't care. You know, I don't know how many times I saw people frustrated that he wasn't running a play, even plays that were designed to give him the ball, whether it was for a 3 or inside for a dunk. I mean, he just looked clueless out there, and he's saying he was going to be a one and done.
Yeah, he was done though before one.
Oh yeah, he was a one and done. He was a one semester and done.
Unfortunately, though, that's not a good thing. I know I'm trying to make a light of it here, but you know that's another brother that just faded into the mist. Like I faded into the mist basketball wise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I hope he's doing all right.
I hope he's doing all right.
I hope he's not sitting at home on his bum just going, oh man,
oh
man. I hope he's doing
coulda,
all right.
woulda, shoulda.
Yeah.
Now, you never hear me say coulda, woulda, shoulda playing basketball.
No, I don't. I mean, and what's funny is it's like even if you start to think that direction, then you go, nah, it wouldn't be good.
Couldn't do it, man. I would have never survived that culture.
Because there have been times where you've thought about where you go, wonder what it would have been like in the no, I wouldn't have made that. No.
Yeah.
And not saying you wouldn't have made it as a player.
Yeah.
Like you said, you wouldn't have made it in that
culture, man. I just that whole how they treat people and stuff. And I'm not saying all basketball players are like that. You know what I mean? That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, man, from my own experience, man, that disrespect and thing, especially to women. Dude, speaking of that. No, apparently there's some woman in Atlanta that got sexually assaulted in a club.
Okay.
Now, they're saying it's a lie and stuff. And there was this dude I used to watch on YouTube. I'm not even going to say his name. But apparently he was saying it's the woman's fault for getting assaulted. And thousands of people agreed with him.
And that is unfortunately why when somebody does get assaulted or raped, they don't want to come forward with it.
Yeah, it takes them 30 years.
Yeah, because somebody will say, well, you shouldn't have been there. Or it's like, what? So I'm not allowed to go out and have fun like everybody else is?
No means no. For me, I don't even have to hear no. They just have to look at me the wrong way. And you know what I mean? Hey, the chocolate pelican is galloping in the next direction.
This is the one going, no means no, I'm out.
You know what I mean? No, you said no, I'm gone. No means no. And no could be a look too. A girl could look at you and that means no, you know? No? Yeah, they give you that as if look. Well,
and then unfortunately,
if I'm going to walk over here real quick, sister.
And then unfortunately for some people, that turns into, oh yeah, you know? I got to get you back for that.
Yeah, I'm going to get in your face because you ain't nobody, you ain't. You see, and I'm doing it this way because I'm looking down at everybody, and I can't. That's why I get into people's face. I look down. Listen here.
I love it whenever you say something about, somebody who's short. Okay, what's your definition of short? Because just about everybody's shorter than you. Yeah, I mean, you'll describe somebody who's like 6'5", and you'll go, it's some short person. And then I'll see them go, they're taller than I am. And I'm 6 foot. So, I mean, I'm not little, and I'm obviously not tall. I'm right in the middle. So that's why I say whenever you say something like that, I'm like, give me your definition. Are they at least taller than I am?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, then they're not really that short, are they?
The reason why people don't know no is no because they're so thirsty, man. I mean, you think they're walking in the Sahara. But like I said,
that's what it turns into now. That's my challenge.
Yeah.
I have to conquer you.
Yeah, let me give the ladies out there some advice. If you're having marital problems, if you're having boyfriend problems, the worst place to air it is on Facebook. Because people will be coming at you, man, like gangbusters. Dude, I see that stuff on Facebook. You know what I mean? One girl was like, she said she was hanging out with her buddies. She's having some issues. You know, explicit all men.
Yeah.
Dude's response, I would like to explicit somebody like that. You know, I was just like, whoa, dude, that's some thirsty stuff. What is wrong with you? You know what I mean?
Well, and how many times have you and I even talked to somebody where we end up saying, hey, that's so-and-so's girlfriend, that's so-and-so's wife, and they go, so what does that have to do with me?
Yeah, well, you know, the other day a friend of mine
well, it should mean absolutely nothing to you because you should be nothing to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So...
Your mom said you seem tall to me.
Well, that's because I'm taller than she is. I'll say this. I'll say
no more of those
Twix bars.
Yeah.
No, I've got to share this story. Obviously, as I was getting older and I started to get taller, as I started coming up on her, there's one thing I used to say to her. Is one time I stood in front of her and I said, "Hey, I'm halfway up your nose."
See,
I'd maybe 13 at the time or something like that. I was like, "Hey, Mom, I'm halfway up your nose."
I don't know if my brother is listening. You know, one is back home in Grenada, and one is in Trinidad and Tobago. But I remember when I was about 8 years old, I started to get taller than them.
6'5" at 8 years old. No,
I started to get taller than them, and they were mad. Like, Mom, why is he getting taller than us? They were angry.
What are you feeding that boy?
You know what I mean? You better stop with the oil down already. Oil down is a Grenada's national dish. You know, you better stop with the oil down, you know, because he's just growing leaps and bounds. I mean, they hated me for a while because I was like walking around my chest for. I didn't have much of a chest because I was skinny. But hey, what little I had, I just push it up, you know. Yeah,
that's
you,
right,
you little people, you. Just call me Gulliver. Millennials are going, who is Gulliver?
Google it.
But yeah, you know, I don't like being tall though, man. Ooh, yeah.
We've been going for about an hour.
We've been going for about an hour, so we got to cut it short here. Yo. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah,
hey,
watching, listening, and all that sort of stuff.
Moisa, we got to get together sometime and recall old times. We used to have some fun times being the brethren.
If my nephews are still watching, I'm about to hit the road again soon, and I know I tried this before, and I'm going to try it again. I'm going to send, obviously to my sister, some videos, and I want you all to guess where Uncle Scott is now. Where in the country is Uncle Scott?
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Because I'm going some fun places this year. I'm going to get to be all over.
Yeah. And this year is a rude boy rant. You know what I mean? We're doing it up for you all and thing. Remember, wait for word about the podcast. Because, you know, once we get it going, you know, Scotland here might do a sports show and thing for you all. Yeah. You know, my man know he thing. All right? So, yeah.
I will not yell and scream. So if you're into that, I'm sorry. I'm not going to change for you.
Yeah, we ain't going to yell and scream on the podcast neither. You know what I mean?
The only time you're going to really hear us get loud is if we just crack up about something, which obviously you have clearly heard us do that now within this last time. But I am not a fan of the I'm going to scream to the hilltops sports shows. Just not a fan of it.
Yeah.
You know, once again, you can get your point across without yelling.
Yeah.
Because how many times when you start yelling, people will tune you out because I'm tired of hearing you yell.
Yep, you remember the respect you got that one time and thing.
That's right. That is right. That was a lot of fun on that one. Although now apparently it's.
But anyway, we're gonna get out of here, you know.
We're gonna get back to the music.
Which
actually reminds me, I need
and
to
you can still stay on www.marshall.edu. Hold that go again. www.marshall.edu/WMUL and take.
I can't believe you forgot. You don't make. You're the one who says it every time.
I know. You know, I could chalk it up to old age, but as you could tell, you know, I still look young and thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know what I mean. Well, just wait for more info on that. Tell your family. Tell your friends. Tell your enemies, because your enemies could get mellowed out on the rude boy rap.
We've had people for a while tell us that we should start doing a podcast, but like you said, I think it's taken this long because now we're finally ready to do this thing.
Because we could actually do a lot of the stuff that we need to like make cover, you know. And I'll also post the cover for the podcast on the Rudebouyz page, so that way you know what to look for. You know what I mean? It's a picture of us, and you'll see it when I put it up there and thing. You know what I mean? But it's been cool talking to you guys and all of that. And remember, what do we say? Don't let that system get you down.
And also too, if you're interested in if you're still listening with the music and all that, you're interested in who the artists are and the name of the songs on Twitter. I did it through the first hour of the show. At the Rudebouyz, that's all one word. And remember, Rude, spelled just like you think, R-U-D-E.
Yeah.
And the boys, B-U-O-Y-Z.
Yeah.
At the Rudebouyz. I post on there. It says, the Rudebouyz now playing. And it's the name of the artist, name of the song.
Oh, and Moise, I'm going to play some Trini music for you there. You know what I mean? I think some soca. I know you're going to like it.
You act like that's different, like you don't.
No, when Moise says about Trini.